what is not going well? Man, and it gets getting worse every day, right? The was it Kamala Harris's campaign? It's in free fall, right? It's a disaster right now. It is in the betting markets. It's what I saw a chart of it. It's Trump's ahead. Well, okay, this is pretty darn good. This is a good representation of it. Yeah, what's it? So this is from over here. I think this is from today. Man, the election's in 3 weeks. Man, and I do think this, Israel's wars will be over in 4 weeks. Frankly, I really do. Where is it? What's it now? Lost one place. Share screen. Yeah, it's going very badly. Like, her campaign is literally imploding, right? It's imploding before your eyes. And they're really getting, like, insanely desperate. So here's something that's going to be awesome. It's going to be, like, relentless content for everyone. And I think this will probably destroy her campaign completely. Kamala Harris could join podcaster Joe Rogan for an interview. That's going to, like, that will destroy her, right? Like she won't be able to do, like, the standard non-responses response, right? She won't be able to, like, it'll be like, so, the border's a disaster. What do you think you've done? And this is a 3-hour conversation. There's no way she's going to be able to do it, right? Although she's desperate and she's going to give it a try. Whereas Trump really kind of soars in these sort of things. But it's like, really, genuinely, it's like they're in a field of rakes right now. What else is going on with it? It's that everything they do turns to shit, like, brilliantly. I mean, in a way that I'm really quite enjoying. Yeah, 1 second. Oh, I've got too many things open. Over here. Right. So, do you remember Joe Biden? Joe Biden, when he first ran, you probably don't remember, but when he first ran for president I think it was against Clinton, wasn't it? I think so. He got caught plagiarizing Neil Kinnock, of all people. I mean, really? You're plagiarizing Neil Kinnock? So now apparently her book has been spotted for plagiarism, and this time it's been plagiarized from somewhere worse than Neil Kinnock. And if you can imagine it, it's been plagiarized from Wikipedia. Right? It's, again, and everything they do turns to shit. It's unbelievable. Where's Columbus Day? Because they just, like, pissed off the entire Italian community of America by dissing Columbus Day. What day is it on? Columbus Day is on October the 4th. They just had it, right? So instead of celebrating Columbus Day, she did this. And I'm looking at this going, why? Why are you doing that? That's crazy, right? That's absolutely insane. So this is her speaking about Columbus Day, and she's going to take a shit on it.
Of course, to be with you this week as we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, as we speak truth about our nation's history. Since 1934.
I have to tell you, I'm reasonably sick of having our officials tell us we're a shitty group of people. Excuse me, America's a great place. And the people are moral and good. They're probably one of the most moral empires the world has ever seen. Same with England, right? All this constant denigrating of England. Excuse me, England stopped slavery. And they saved the world from Hitler, right? From the Nazis. I mean, that's kind of a good thing. But no. They constantly want to talk shit. That's why I like David Lammy's sanctioning something in Israel. I couldn't give two shits. He's just a moron, right? And he's viewed as a moron. It's honestly, the British government is like the Middlesex Polytechnic Student Union suddenly got into power. And they're that stupid. They are genuinely that stupid.
Every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas. But that is not the whole story. That has never been the whole story.
I mean, why is she chasing after the Indian vote? Well, there's what, 12 of them?
Story.
And they all seem pretty happy being billionaires from their casinos.
Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations.
Speaking of people who's ushered in a wave of devastation, how's it going, Kamala?
Perpetrating violence, stealing land, and spreading disease.
Okay, just out of curiosity, was there any like slavery and disease and violence before Christopher Columbus showed up between the Indian tribes? Yes, they were. They would massacre each other and sell each other as slaves.
We must not shy
But it's white people's fault. It's the white people's fault.
away from this shameful past. And we must shed light on it and do everything we can.
Why does the camera keep shaking?
To address the impact of the past on Native communities today.
I mean, like, is she a moron? Again, is she a moron? Most Americans like Christopher Columbus because most Americans like America, right? It seems to me like she's trying to lose, but or more likely she's floundering, right? And doesn't know what to do, which could well be. I mean, man, she goes on Joe Rogan. That's going to be crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. So then Walz gets in on it too and says, oh, yeah, look.
Civil disobedience that we need to make sure people...
Yeah, that's people in his state tearing down Christopher Columbus statue. Because, you know, yeah, what a cunt he was.
People feel that there is a proper outlet to address what are legitimate concerns around what they view as a genocidal monument that they have to walk to in their democracy.
So, and so they can just be violent, right? God forbid it's somebody right-wing. Oh, then the world ends, right? Then the world absolutely... So they're wheeling out Bill Clinton. And I don't know if he did this on purpose or not, but like he threw Harris under the bus, right? Look at this.
In Georgia, not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant.
Yeah, right. Riley Lincoln, I think, right, was raped or murdered or just murdered, right? And like again, this really incredible, this really incredible woman who had a whole life ahead of her and was like, just seems to be there to help other people. Snuffed out by an illegal alien, and this week basically became the poster child of the open borders policy that Harris has, and I guess as does Keir Starmer, signed up for another 8 years, I think, of unrelenting votes. I think honestly, I know it sounds cruel. Sink one of the boats that doesn't turn back. Sink one of them. Right, sink 3 of them, right, and then they'll stop coming, right? And I think, but they don't want them to stop coming. What's really going on is this: that population, the births are down, population down. What a shock! As you devalued marriage and parenthood, and everything that moves populations forward, right? As you demonize all those things. And then you've encouraged children to sterilize themselves, and you love abortions, and abortion's the best thing ever. Oh, more abortion, please. Again, I agree with Clinton when he was lying out of his ass 10 years ago saying safe, legal, and rare. That seemed reasonable to me, right? Anyway, Riley is the poster child for the failure of the Harris Biden regime.
Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up.
That's the issue, right? I mean, that's 100% the issue.
So we need immigrants that have been vetted.
That's why you have all the small boats coming nonstop. I mean, again, You could work on society, reversing the societal decay to create young families, to create, a population explosion, which I think is something I could see happening over the next 5-10 years.
To do work, there wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset.
I mean, he doesn't seem that more together than Biden, does he? And Biden hates Harris. Oh, it's so glorious seeing them keep throwing him out under the bus. So yeah, I can't work it out. It's too weird for me, right? Again, it's like they're in a field of race. Check out this: J.D. Vance demolishing Master Raditz on the Sunday morning shows. Look, again, just incredible.
Incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said,
GOP mayor refutes Trump claim of gang takeovers in Aurora. What is that?
Our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
And she's look how mad she is. How dare you go against what your betters tell you? How dare you, you awful man, you?
Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs. I worry.
I mean, they're going for about a year. First they said, oh, no, it didn't happen at all. Now it's only happening a little bit. It's only nobody I know. Doesn't matter. Look, we think they're people who would vote for Trump anyway. So they got it coming because they're evil.
So much more about that problem than anything else here. We've got to get American communities in a safe space again. And unfortunately, when you let people in by the millions, most of whom are unvetted, most of whom you don't know who they really are, you're going to have problems like this. Kamala Harris, 94 executives.
I mean, this is like a friendly interview to tee them up to destroy Harris, where they're like totally in the bag for them.
Executive orders that undid Donald Trump's successful border policies. We knew this stuff would happen. They bragged about opening the border, and now we have the consequences, and we're living with it. We can do so much better, but frankly, we're not going to do better, Martha, unless Donald Trump calls this stuff out. I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, do you remember the meltdown they had about them eating the dogs? Right, they're eating the dogs. Right. Okay, so again, and this is coming out tomorrow. This is pure desperation, right? Pure, complete desperation. She's doing a live interview with an unfriendly interviewer.
Hi, America. Bonjour. Hi, Canada. Hugh Hewitt here with Brett Baer, who gets the scoop of the year.
Brett Baer's actually, I think, one of the few serious journalists left. I mean, he's on Fox. But yeah, this is going to be wild.
To sit down with Kamala Harris tomorrow night. You'll see it live to tape on Special Report at 6. I believe he gets to tape between 5:30 and 6. Am I right about that, Brett?
30 minutes is going to destroy her. She, let alone 3 hours of Joe Rogan.
Hey, Hugh, good morning. 5 and 5:30, it's a quick turnaround. So I started out by saying we plan to run it, uninterrupted, but I had to check with the business people to make sure that we didn't have any commercials in there and that we didn't have to cut it in half or something. But for everybody who's been asking, it is as live. In other words, we roll the tape, but it's running just as we do it. So from beginning to end, you'll see every.
The sad thing is, it'll be a Jewish holiday for me, so I won't see that when it goes out. But I think we're going to come out the holiday, and it's going to be. I can't see how this works out well.
Second, and it will be unedited, and we will run it without commercial, straight through the first half hour of my show.
Okay, that's a big thing, and a tiny reminder that actors, no matter how much you like them, no matter how good they were at anything, are generally speaking morons, right? Check this Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad.
I am not a politician. I am not a doctor or a lawyer, but I've played all of those on television.
Yeah, and you're a moron, mate.
But I am a father of a daughter, and it's important to me for her life now and for the future and other fathers' daughters to be able to have within their lifetime the fundamental right of freedom of choice. There should not be...
Again, this is so bizarre. They're acting like there's going to be a federal ban, a complete federal ban on abortion. No, it goes back to the states. That means the people in Alabama who view life as something valuable and worthwhile, right, are going to put restrictions on abortion because they think it's killing a baby, right? Where the people in New York and LA who think life is absolutely worthless and they're spiritually completely empty, well, they'll let you abort a baby right up and postpartum, right? And they deny it, and then it's so bizarre, right? Why does the rights of a man in California trump those rights of women in Alabama? Right? Women vote as well, right? And they got this bizarre notion that, oh no, they just do whatever the husbands tell them because they're not married and they don't understand what having relationships are. Bryan Cranston is a moron.
Anyone but them deciding what happens to their own bodies.
Well, again, you're really happy imposing your will on other people. Look at this woman behind him, right? She was just snapping, right? Because snapping is is more socially acceptable than clapping. Just look at how what these morons. Again, look! I want you to look how stupid she looks while holding the Harris Walz sign.
And that's why I'm enthusiastically supporting Vice President Harris and Governor Walz.
Yes. Well, what can you do? What can you do? A lot of insanity in the world, right? But also, there is a lot of good in the world. This was incredible, right? This happened a couple of days ago, and this was absolutely incredible. I didn't know this was going to happen. So Elon Musk, right, is planning a colonize Mars. Was put millions of people on Mars. So this was a test, I think. This was the booster rocket. It blows my mind. Check this out. It lands perfectly. Right? I thought this was good when I first saw it.
We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now.
Look at that. It's just slotting right in. It's like the Jadoon. This is mind-blowing, right? This is mind-blowing. Okay, that's very impressive.
Booster, any current shutdown?
Megadilla has popped the booster.
Man, that's crazy.
This is absolutely insane. On the first ever attempt, we have success.
I mean, look here. Let's look at that. How do they do that?
Landing burn. 13 ignited. We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can
you see
see
the
those
bottom of the screen. It's
chopsticks.
It absolutely was mine, right? Unbelievable.
Booster, any current shutdown?
Megadilla has
Tell you, I just think we're on the cusp of greatness, right? I think good things are coming. Here's Jerry Seinfeld demolishing an arsehole, so good for him.
That most of the guests are mostly white males of 22 episodes.
Yeah, let's get into that.
No, but you
take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. What's going on here? But this really pisses me off. But go ahead.
I just saw they changed the character in the Tomb Raider series they have on Netflix right now, and to be gay. I'm like, what would happen if you made a show with no gay representation? Like, what would happen? Would the world implode? Would the surface of the earth crack like an egg? No, we'll just have a show that people enjoy and not go, oh, shut up.
Really pisses me off. People think it's the census or something. I mean, this has got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? It's just funny. You know, funny is the world that I live in. You're funny, I'm interested. You're not funny, I'm not interested. Okay. And I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is kind of with their little calculating, is this the exact right mix? You know, I think that's, to me, it's anti-comedy.
It's anti-everything good, right? Speaking of anti-everything good, then we'll get to the chat. This is horrific, right? This is Sadiq Khan's London. Man, I grew up in London. I love London. It's unrecognizable now. I don't even know how it could possibly be fixed, right? So check this out. Again, absolutely horrifying. So there's this guy, and he looks like he's trying to kidnap the schoolgirl, just walking to school.
What are you doing with her?
Bro, this is man's family, bro. Move. Are you not? This is man's family. Move from me, bro.
Is that the same one that just walked past us, Mum?
I mean, thank God this woman's there, right? Thank God.
So what are you doing in the corner with her? Are you okay?
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey.
God only knows what's going to happen to this girl.
I'm following you.
Again, this is Sadiq Khan's London.
Look, why are you fucking stalking man, bro?
Are you okay? Do you know him?
Listen to her. I mean, it did look like she was going to be raped and sold into sex trafficking, right? I mean, that seemed to be what's going down. Again, if I could, I would wave a magic wand and remove all these like corrupt arseholes from the world. It's disgusting what they're doing, right? And it's disgusting the gaslighting that they're doing. Oh, you're a racist. Why? Because I don't want my kid raped. Kidnapped and raped. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll be a bit racist. If that's what being racist is now, that I don't want my kid kidnapped and fucking raped, right, on the way to school. Oh man, kids should be able to walk to school on their own. It's unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. So thank God that one was there. All I can say is thank God that one was there. Like Trump is 24 points ahead now in the betting markets. Right, I mean, like in the polls, he's neck and neck because polls are bullshit, right? That's why the betting markets I'll go along with. People actually put their money into saying, I will go along with it. Here, let's have a look at Real Clear Politics. Real Clear Polling. Let's see what that is. Blimey, Trump's up in aggregate, really. Electoral College of top battlegrounds. Trump is up. Over about 0.8%. That's in Pennsylvania, it's 0.5. In North Carolina, it's 1.2. 0.9 in Georgia, Arizona, 1.1. Well, that's a lot, right? Harris is a little bit ahead in Wisconsin. There you go. And Michigan, Trump's ahead. Bloody hell, Michigan, and also Nevada. Right, swamp the vote. That's what they're saying. Swamp the vote. That's the only opportunity, right? But look, these polls are normally favor Democrat by, I would say, 3 points, right? So she's behind 1 point. She's behind 4 points, right? And if she's behind 4 points, she's behind 20. This is the trajectory of the campaign. That's why she keeps doing these interviews. She did this interview with Brett Baer. I'll pull this up, right? This is the only clip we're pulling up because there's no real point. I got it from Daily Wire, I believe. I see they got this dumbass Gallifreyan translator. Daily Wire, doink. Oh, I might need to pee. I've been contemplating this for the last half an hour. Second, it's depends how far back it is on the stream. I don't want to see that movie. Am I racist? Is this the one? Didn't know. But she just doesn't answer anyone. It's so bizarre. I just want to find the first one. I'll go back. Is this it? Okay. Get out. Okay. This one, I think, says it all. This is the first bloody question. And it's like, is this really happening? Hang on. And like, how? To not see that she's completely vacuously empty, I think you're in a cult at that point, aren't you? It's okay. Here it is. I put it up. Download.
Pollsters all over the country and here in Pennsylvania that immigration is one of the key issues that they're looking at this election, and specifically the influx.
I get them going Brett Baer. He's like really one of the few real journalists around, and the only reason I was not ignoring this was because Tim Pool, who I do trust, said, "Oh, Brett Baer's got he gave him his approbation."
Of illegal immigrants from more than 150 countries. How many illegal immigrants would you estimate your administration has released into the country over the last 3.5 years?
Well, I'm glad you raised the issue of immigration because I agree with you. It is a topic of discussion that people want to rightly have. And you know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, but
right
do you
now,
just a number? Do you think it's 1 million, 3 million?
It's like so many words to say absolutely not. How does anybody not say? Because they're dumb, I guess.
Brett, let's just get to the point. Okay, the point is that we have a broken immigration system.
The point was how many millions of people do you think you let in? I'm going to say 20. Do you think it's 20?
That needs to be repaired.
So your Homeland Security Secretary said that 85% of apprehensions.
I'm not finished. We have
it's a rough estimate of 6 million people have been released into the country. And let me just finish. I'll get to the question. I promise you.
I was beginning to answer.
No, how are you beginning to answer? No, you weren't. You were evading. You were just filibustering. Oh, that is pretty good, isn't it? Shall we get? Okay, I'll get one more. The first one that's shit, I'll stop doing this. How about that? And then we'll get to chat. Vaguely want to pee. Hang on 1 second. Okay, let's see what this next one is. Okay. I mean, that one was sort of awesome. And we've got to download it. Where is it? Go over here. Doink, doink, doink. And there's actually Doctor Who stuff I want to get to as well. Also, my wonderful LOLO pastiche thumbnail, which I think, frankly, work of art, ladies and gentlemen, work of art. But again, we'll look at it in a minute. Doink. Okay, Kamala, can you be comedy gold again? That's the question, right? That's it. Let's have a look. Scores on the doors.
When you came into office, your administration immediately reversed a number of Trump border policies. Most significantly, the policy that required illegal immigrants to be detained through deportation, either in the U.S. or in Mexico. And you switched that policy. They were released from custody awaiting trial. So instead, included in those were a large number of single men, adult men, who went on to commit heinous crimes. So, looking back, do you regret the decision to terminate Remain in Mexico at the beginning of your administration?
At the beginning of our administration.
I'm like, how's she going to get out of this? I haven't seen this. How is she going okay, how?
Within practically hours of taking the oath, the first bill that we offered Congress, before we worked on infrastructure, before the Inflation Reduction Act, before the Chips and Science Act, before the bipartisan Safer Communities Act, The first.
Just remind yourself of any name of anything that's gone through government in the next 3 years. Just remember that and keep saying it. Don't stop and think if these things were absolute fucking disasters. Just say things.
First bill, practically within hours of taking the oath, was a bill to fix our immigration system.
Yes, ma'am. It was called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021.
Exactly.
It was essentially a pathway to citizenship for the elite. Yes, ma'am.
May I finish responding, please?
But
you have to let me finish.
You
please.
had the White House and the House and the Senate, and they didn't bring up that bill.
I'm responding to the point you're raising,
okay.
And I'd like.
Okay, I like we're seeing her testy. That's actually quite good.
To finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, please do, Joe Rogan. Fuck me. You do realize this is a woman who would literally suck everybody's dick if that means she could be president. Yeah, and she's like, well, I'll do them all. No problem. And if she could, she would. Oh, 100%. If she could get some kind of X-Men-like power and duplicate herself out and knock on the door of every trailer park everywhere and suck the dick of every guy, holy shit, she would. 100%.
We recognized from day one that, to the point of this being your first question, it is a priority for us as a nation and for the American people.
So how many people then do you think? Roughly. Oh, this is car crash material. Fuck, maybe we got to see more. I can't even with it. Okay, fine. This might be the last one. Oh, I really want to get the chat. I really want to pick.
Rachel Morin, Laken Riley, they are young women who were brutally assaulted and killed by some of the men who were released at the beginning of the administration, well before a negotiated bipartisan bill. Former President Clinton actually referred to Laken Riley Sunday campaigning for you.
Yeah, that was weird. Clinton literally threw her under the bus. I mean, that was just weird.
Georgia saying if those men had been properly vetted, Laken Riley probably would not have been killed. So if it wouldn't have happened, this is well before any negotiation. This is well before Donald Trump got involved in the politics. This is a specific policy decision by your administration to release these men into the country. So what I'm saying to you,
No, okay, Brett, I will suck your dick. Okay? Really, Brett? Right now. If that's what it takes to shut you up, I will absolutely suck your dick.
Brett, those families an apology.
Let me just say, first of all, those are tragic cases. There's no question about that. There is no question about that.
Oh, God, she's going to use this to tread water. Oh, boy. I can use this for about 43 seconds.
And I can't imagine the pain that the families of those...
Oh, 1 second, my son's calling. Let's see what's going on. Hello? Of course, there's bad Klita in Gaza. Hello? Oh, hi, darling. How you doing? Did you kill Sinwar? What? No, I'm doing a live stream. Did you kill Sinwar? Okay. Okay, what day will we see you? In real life? Yom Shlishi? Okay. I'll fill you in a second. Yeah, okay. What's my job? Oh, don't worry, darling. Don't worry. It'll all be cool. There's going to be a lot of food. No need to worry, okay? Is he still there? Hello? I'm on speakerphone. Okay. Oh, you're back. You're back. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Yeah? Yeah, no problem. Thank you. I love you. Love you too. I love you. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Mwah. My fearless soldier. Yes, that's what I hope you heard his side. What it was saying. It was funny. Yeah, no, okay, fine. I just got to I'll give him a job to make sure my wife makes enough food. Really, that's not a hard job. Let me tell you. What's a hard job is trying to answer this question. Those deaths were a tragedy. I think that should take 5 minutes of silence. 5 minutes, minute each. Don't you care about? You don't care about it because they're women. Is that it, Brett? Let's see.
Victims have experienced for a loss that should not have occurred. So that is true. It is also true that if a border security had actually been passed 9 months ago, it would be 9 months that we would have had more border agents at the border, more support.
No, that bill was garbage, right? That bill had the same amount of people coming into the country. You just made them citizens quicker.
Support for the folks who are working around the clock, trying to hold it all together.
Madam Vice President.
To ensure that no future harm would occur. And this election in 20 days.
20 fucking days, and I'm crashing and burning. She's in this insane cycle where she's got to do an interview where she comes off relatable to people, and everybody tells her she's an empty, vacuous, evil cunt. Right? She just gives off that empty, vacuous, evil cunt vibe.
Will determine whether we have a president of the United States who actually cares more about fixing a problem, even if it is not to their political advantage in an election, because there was a solution, Brett.
Madam Vice President, it was a policy decision in the early part of your administration. I will let one of the mothers talk about it. Take a listen.
Oh, fuck!
Because of the Biden-Harris...
Oh, fuck! I mean, really? Now I feel bad for her. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking way longer than I planned, but this is just awesome. Oh, fuck. This is a car crash.
This administration open border policies catch and release. They were enrolled in the Alternatives to Detention program. This meant that they were released into the United States. It was not even a full 3 weeks later that they would take my daughter, Jocelyn Nungare's life. I believe the Biden-Harris administration open border policies are responsible for the death of my daughter.
That's the early days. So do you owe
that's So, Siri, show me what a deer in the headlights looks like. Oh, fuck me. This is the worst interview I've ever seen in my life, ever. Holy fuck. I mean, that's what she's thinking. Like, if this was Hillary Clinton, Brett Baer would be dead by now. Holy shit. She sucks at this.
Them an apology is what I'm saying.
I will tell you that I am so sorry for her loss. I'm so sorry for her loss. Sincerely.
Not to me. I mean, it was directly to do with me. I was the bulldozer. But not to me.
But let's talk about what is happening right now with an individual who does not want to participate in solutions.
Donald Trump. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let me see how long the next one is. Okay. Brett Baer's a bit milquetoast. I mean, he's a real. I would say he could go after a lot stronger, but he's doing a pretty darn good job. I hate to say it. I mean, she just sucks at this. Man, I mean, this is way worse than I thought it would be. Right? Holy crap. Okay, here we go. Doink.
Voters, especially here in Pennsylvania, are inundated with commercials and ads. They just want it to stop because it's every commercial. But many of them add noise, but a few of them seem to break through. This particular one from the Trump campaign has gotten a lot of attention.
I mean, man, you're actually paying your opposition ad to your face.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Are you a mad bitch? Is that what's going on? Are you just a mad bitch?
Are you still in support of using taxpayer dollars to help prison inmates or detained illegal aliens to transition to another gender?
I will follow the law, and it's a law that Donald Trump actually followed. You're probably familiar with, now it's a public report.
To follow the law. Wait. No, darling, that was not the question. The question is, will you, like, is this still what you want to do? Oh,
That under Donald Trump's administration, these
Trump. Maybe she's just bonkers. Maybe she's just one of the wine mums. Fuck me. It's a wine mum running for fucking president. Holy fuck. That's what this is. This is one of the wine mums running for president. Oh, it all makes sense now. Right, okay, just in the same way, the Doctor Who story Timelash makes a lot more sense if you keep in mind that the Master is clearly off his face on some, Gallifreyan or, Centaurian, Dalek or Sontaran crystal meth or Special K. Then it all makes sense. Like before everything, they're just like, oh yeah, Kamala Harris is a wine mum running for president. Oh, well, that all makes sense then.
surgeries were available on a medical necessity basis to people in the federal prison system. And I think, frankly, that ad from the Trump campaign is a little bit of like throwing, stones when you're living in a glass house.
The Trump aides say that he never advocated for that prison policy and no gender transition surgeries
you know what? You got to take responsible for what happened in your administration.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
surgeries.
really? I mean, my God, is that one of the go-to things? You just say exactly what the opposite is. That you're. Wait, what the fuck? Did she just say that? You got to take responsibility. What happened in your
transition?
Well,
surgeries
you know what? You got to take responsible for what happened in your
presidency.
administration.
Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck me. That goes on an ad relentlessly. You'd have Afghanistan, and this goes on after. You've got to take responsible. Yes. Fuck me. This is a disaster.
Surgeries happened in his presidency.
It's in black and white.
Would you still advocate for using taxpayer dollars for gender reassessment
I will
surgeries?
follow the law, just as I think Donald Trump would say he did.
You would have a say as president.
Like I said, I think he spent $20 million on those ads, trying to create a sense of fear in the voters because he actually has no plan in this election.
This goes to the thing. Talk about yourself and pretend it's Donald Trump. It's so bizarre.
It is about focusing on the needs of the American people. Whereas, at $20 million on that ad, on an issue...
Darling, how much are you spending, right, on that? And how do you know how much you're spending? How much are you spending in your campaign?
That, as it relates to the biggest issues that affect the American people...
They all hate you. The American people hate you. And the more they see you, maybe she doesn't realize she's a hateful cunt. That would be it. She doesn't realize she's a hateful cunt. Oh, fuck. She thinks she's like Bill Cosby. She thinks she's like, charming. Fuck me. People pretend to like you because you suck their dick. Oh, boy.
It's really quite remote. And again, his policy was no different. Look at where we are, though.
They say
on plans for the American people, I'm offering a plan to deal with affordable housing. I'm offering a plan to deal with what we need to do to strengthen.
Yeah. All your plans have nice names and they're shit. Right? All of them are massive. Every plan you had a nice name and they all turned into fucking shit.
and small businesses, which are the backbone of America's economy. I am
which you destroyed.
Offering a plan that is about taking care of young parents and giving them the support they need. My plans for the economy will strengthen the economy, as have been reviewed by 16 Nobel laureates.
Yeah, again, I mean, like this imperial authority, your Nobel laureates probably had their dicks sucked by you, right? Or at least have really significant financial remuneration for their support of you.
Goldman Sachs, Moody's, and recently the Wall Street Journal, which have all studied our plans and have indicated my plans for our economy would strengthen our economy, his would make them weaker, would ignite inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year. Those are the facts.
Why do you think people say you're full of shit, darling? Why do we've got to get the chat. Okay, one last one. Is this? Did I already download this?
At the border, talking with border agents, and they will tell you, and I'm sure you probably, I know you investigate and you are a serious journalist, they will tell you, we need more judges. We need to process those cases faster. We need the support for those cases that should be processed.
Yeah, but maybe we need policies that don't invite 21 million illegal aliens flooding your border. Maybe.
Executed. They need more resources, and Congress ultimately is the only place that's going to get fixed, Brad.
Well,
that's how this system works.
That's the premise of this question. There were 90-plus executive orders that were rescinded in the first days. Many of those were Trump border policies. I'm not going to stay here because there's other things to talk about, but you frequently talk to the Border Patrol Union for support of that bipartisan bill, and they did. They supported it. But they also just endorsed Donald Trump and said, you've been, quote, a failure with border security.
Well, that's pretty harsh, darling.
Why do you think they said that?
I think they're frustrated, and I get it. They want support. They want support, and that's what that border security bill would have done. These guys down at the border, these men and women, they're working hard. They're working around the clock.
What she sounds like when she's not pretending to be, whatever this is. Whatever that is. I don't know.
I get it.
Look, I think this is how we can basically end the segment by saying categorically, darling, you don't get it. You so don't get it. Oh, it's like it's apocalyptic for her. Right, I mean, this is going really, really, really badly, and the more it goes, the worse it gets. And I mean, this could really be described as a death spiral. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're America, go out and vote early if you can vote early. Right, just do whatever the Democrats do. Right, they always win and they always cheat. They've legalized cheating, so just cheat the same way. Go out and vote early, right? Take friends to vote with you, right? Collect ballots. Oh, what's this up to? Okay, fine. That was like the most up-to-date thing. Where is it? No, okay, fine. That's the most up-to-date one I have, which, again, I think that's pretty. Why not just look at real clear politics? Duh. There you go. This is the professionalism you expect. Real clear polling, I guess. Okay. Yeah, Trump's up 1 point in real clear polling in the battleground states, but here, most importantly, is the trajectory, which is dire. Yeah. 1 second. Share screen. And again, we're going to see why in a second. It's so insanely obvious. Right? Like, I don't know the veracity of this place, but it seems to be left-leaning. Right? But again, look at the Harris trajectory. This is a disaster. Right? It's an absolute disaster. The more she's seen, the worse it gets. Right? And Trump, the absolute opposite. Anyway, so we had the Al Smith dinner, which Harris skipped. The last one to skip the Al Smith dinner was Mondo, who lost everything, right? Everything. Here we go. Doink.
I think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz. Well, I'd better wrap up. Because Mayor Adams told me earlier that I needed to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas.
And again, the trouble is, this is great material. And he really is killing with it. And it's like, it's hard not to laugh, right? It's hard. Chuck Schumer, God bless you, mate. Embarrass you're a fucking Jew. I really am.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this?
This is great. This is genuinely great.
White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
I'm sorry. It's a good luck. And again, don't you love that this guy is probably going to be president, right? Oh God, this is so much better than Kamala Harris being president. Oh, I'm sorry. He's so insanely cool. He's like punk rock cool. And you know, the more I see of him, the more I like him, right? And that's why he's being so bloody everywhere. Oh, meanwhile they're in a tailspin, right? And their lives just aren't working anymore. So that's why.
A major issue in this race is childcare, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep him away.
I would say go with Dougie. You should have gone with Dougie. But okay, listen, you know, I always disagree with Trump in many, many areas. Like, he should have gone for Dougie there.
That's a nasty one.
Oh, again, this is lovely. I love this.
Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum.
Oh, God, I love it.
But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. That was killing it, right? I mean, that was good. So Harris didn't show up, but she sent the skit, and oh God. All right, okay, we're gonna watch it, right? But get ready for deep cringe, right? I don't think you can prepare yourself. Like, there's no. We should have like kind of like suit, you know, like oxygen, like a spacesuit of cringe. Ah! We're entering ultimate cringe. Oh, okay. I'm warning you now, baby. Here we go. We're in. Cringe.
Oh, sorry. Hey, what's going on? Who was that?
Oh, sorry, Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Now, like, this was a Saturday Night Live character from the 90s that was never that. I mean, did anyone really like this character? And she's from the 90s. It's so weird. It's not even dated. It's just what?
It's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Mary Catherine. Right now, I'm trying to record my speech for tonight's dinner.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to say that
Okay. Why does it go to green screen when they're in the two shot together? Shit. Oh, wait a minute. They didn't film this together. Whoa. Whenever they're together, it's a green screen. And they're always looking away from each other. All right, stop.
Cool.
Green screen.
Sorry.
Hey, what's going on? Who was that?
Oh, sorry, Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Well, that looks real. But was it? Or was that a stand-in? Wait a minute.
Sorry, Mary Catherine Gallagher. It's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Mary Catherine. Right now, I'm trying to record my speech for tonight.
I don't think they were even in the same room. Wouldn't it be easy to just put them in the same room? They're so fucking weird. Anyway, back to the cringe.
Night's dinner.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to say that I'm Catholic, and tonight is one of the biggest dinners next to the Last Supper.
It is a very important dinner, and it's an important tradition that I'm so proud
That you're not going to go to, right?
to be a part of.
Sometimes when I get nervous.
No. You didn't go. You chicken out because you're awful. See, this is the problem they had with Hillary Clinton as well. But much more so with Kamala Harris, is that she's awful. She's just all kinds of toxic awful. Wow.
I stick my fingers under my arms and I smell them like that. But that's gross.
So tell me something.
Wait. I've never understood that joke.
Giving a speech, do you have some thoughts about what I might say tonight?
My feelings about what you should say tonight would be best expressed in a monologue from one of my favorite made-for-TV series.
Okay, let's hear it.
Don't you see, man? We need a woman to represent us. A woman brings more heart, more compassion. And think how smart she must be to become a top contender in a field dominated by men. It's time for a woman, bro. And with this...
This is cringe beyond. No, it's nobody's time. It's the best candidate's time. What, are you out of your fucking mind? This is your pitch. This is your pitch. Look at it. Look around you. The world's imploding. This is your pitch.
This woman, we can fly.
What series was that from?
Oh, that's from House of Dragons, now streaming on HBO Max.
I don't think they're in the same room. I'm sorry. Which is weird, because why not? Why not be in the same room? Isn't it weird? It's weird.
Is there anything that you think that maybe I shouldn't bring up tonight?
Well,
anything you've done ever. Don't mention anything you've done. Deny everything. You've never heard of Joe Biden, right? You don't know what a dick is, so you couldn't have sucked one to get into your position, which you'll take any position really, from what I've heard.
Don't lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results.
Just so you know, there will be a fact checker there tonight.
Oh, that's great. Who?
Jesus. And maybe don't say anything negative about Catholics.
I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit.
Does it bother you that Trump guy insults you all the time? Because it really...
I mean, it's like clangor, Daesh, painfully falling, Daesh, of unfunny. Fuck me. I actually feel embarrassed. Again, and it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse, right? Yes, I mean, real quick polling. I'm look at real clear politics. See what they say. Where is it? Wow. Okay. Betting average. This is great. This is not real clear politics, right? Is Harris 40.9% and Trump 57.8%, right? Top battleground polling in aggregate is Harris 47.4 to Trump's 48.4. Harris, Trump was getting a bump of 1.3. But the RCP national average going down. It's House. But yeah, look, it's just good news for Trump. He's going up and up and up. And duh! Look at this.
It bothers my friends and me.
Oh, Mary Catherine, it's very important to always remember you should never let anyone tell you who you are. You tell them who you are.
Yeah, if they're an Indian audience, tell them that you're injured. If you're a black audience, tell them that you're black. If you get caught, tell them that you're both. That's fair.
Haters gonna hate, hate, hate. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Good for you, Mary Catherine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did not film this together. Weird. But why?
And also remember one more thing. Don't worry if you make a mistake, because Catholic people are very forgiving. Yeah. And also, one last thing I want to tell you, don't forget to say, superstar!
Thank you, Mary Catherine.
Thank you, Mamala.
Thank you. Oof. Your Eminence and distinguished guest.
Oof. 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 Oh, that's kind of like way below the quality of a filmed insert you get to see while you're waiting in line to go into an attraction at Disney or Universal.
The Al Smith dinner provides a rare opportunity
for me not to show up, just like Mondale,
to set aside partisanship and come together to do some good.
It's not going well, darling. It's not going well. So here, we'll get to the chat in a second. We have Jordan Peterson, right? Just making a very good point.
Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, Robert F. Kennedy, most of whom would have been Democrats in anything approximating a sane and normal world. And so, you see, my sense is that somebody whose narcissistic impulses are out of control, because Trump is a flamboyant and dominating character who likes the public light. So you think, well, does he tilt too far in the narcissistic direction? It's like, well, why would he share the spotlight with the rest of this crew? And the other thing that we should...
I like, his very harsh winter Canadian honesty.
consider is that, look, man, I would vote for Trump if for no other reason than Musk himself has already agreed to head something like a Department of Governmental Efficiency in the U.S. It's like, okay, enough said. And then Kennedy is bringing the public health crisis into the political realm. And
it really, for me, it's a dream team, right? Tulsi Gabbard, it's a dream team.
Both those two things are revolutionary.
Right, it's looking good for the Trumpster, shall we say? So, wish fulfillment. I think this could happen, right? I think from a theological point of view, what's going on is this:
things are looking
that God is removing plausible deniability for anything other than a Trump victory, right? Because if they don't have plausible deniability to a Trump victory, which it looks like they're not going to have. Right, and again, we got 3 weeks out, and she's plummeting. Right, and it's getting worse. It is getting worse. Right, it's totally getting worse. This is what I say. What might happen?
Mentioned that things are looking okay on the ground for Donald Trump. What can you share with us quickly? So, look, I've gone to Pennsylvania. I joined him in a couple of the rallies last week. I'm headed to Penn State tomorrow, targeting a lot of younger voters as well.
I love it, Vic Ramaswamy. He is so smooth.
You get a sixth sense from being on the ground where we're seeing an energy level that at least I have not seen in my lifetime. Miles, tens of miles, people just lining up. And a lot of those low propensity voters, I think, are what could move this election in a really big way, Jesse. People who have not been reliable voters in the past, those are the people that are disproportionately breaking actually for Donald Trump. So we could be in for a surprise.
Yeah. This is the demographic that they got to, unfortunately. The demographic that just wants to be left the hell alone, right? And he made them get up and go, that's how bad it is. Which is most people, they're like over 50% who just want to be left the hell alone, right? And you screwed it with them.
Where historically in 2016, you saw Donald Trump trailing the Senate candidates. Now you're actually seeing the opposite. For Republican Senate candidates, Donald Trump's overperforming them. This could set up for a landslide unifying possibility for the country. He said the L word. Yeah, and I'm rooting for it. Okay, he said the L word. And he hasn't seen energy like this in his lifetime, and he's 25. Yeah. Compliment, Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Thank you.
Again, he looks so smooth, right? He looks so smooth. So I think, again, this is from my insane religious worldview, that God is removing any form of plausible deniability. Right. And I think I think they'll do whatever they can to stop it, but I think Trump is inevitable, right? This is my prediction model. It's me based on saying, well, what do you think God wants to do, right? And that's always what it's been. It's been unerringly right, apart from one major time, and totally my fault that I was wrong. Right, I vehemently predicted a Trump win in 2020, right, and was very much proved wrong, right. Even though I think he probably, if it was legit, he probably would have won. But whatever. Biden became president, so because I thought, well, God seems to be going in the direction of things turning out good, but and so I presume to. Know God's plan, which is now clearly to A/B it, to see how awful, life is under, the Harris, Walz, Biden world, right, Obama world, right, and see it with full clarity. And boy, did that seem to do the trick. How bad can it get? I know. I'm hoping that so if I look at October 7th, right, I can look at it two ways. I can look at it as that was the price that Jews had to pay to get through to the redemptive messianic era, right? And it seems to be we're paid up now, right? So that's generally speaking, good news. But what does it mean? Does that mean the door is open to a messianic era or not? I don't know. I would like to hope so, right? I would like to hope. But equally, you could say there could be some apocalyptic event coming, which the Jews will be protected from now because we had the additional merit of October 7th, right? I don't know. But I would like to think things are going to come to a head this year, right? It's the other thing is, if Trump wins, my life changes because I think there's these wars over here are going to dry up really damn quick, right? Really damn quick. I think there'll be Trump will be like, there will be sanctions on you to Iran that you have never even dreamed of, right? We will go full source, and then maybe we'll commit our military to your destruction. And if Trump says it, they're shitting themselves, and they're shitting themselves. He might say it. So I think these wars are going to dry up real damn quick, right? No matter what happens after November 5th. I got this to watch as well. This is hilarious. Was it on Wednesday, I think? Kamala Harris had her first non-friendly interview, right? And here's a 1-minute condensed version of it. It might be animated, right? But it's somewhat perfect.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Thank you.
We'll see how this goes for you.
Mrs. Harris, how many people do you believe have
they certainly got the smugness down perfectly.
How many people do you believe have crossed the borders? Miss Harris. Kamala, please. Mrs. Vice President, it's a simple question.
I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
I apologize.
Now, that's not the punchline. This is the punchline.
All right, well, I'm just going to say it. She destroyed him. Oh my gosh.
Right? Oh golly, he's so embarrassed.
I bet those Republicans are regretting that one.
Kamala.
Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive cartoons.
Yeah, it's okay. Your YouTube channel's fine. Just sign up to their YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, really, that's exactly what the media do. Like, no matter how insanely bad things go, they go, "Oh my God, she did fantastically." I really understand now why they went for the what's the name, JD Vance's weird attack line, because Tim Walz is so fucking weird, right? It's like you just call the other person what you are straight away, and you know, it's way better, right? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.